Hello everyone and welcome to our second day, or rather our seventh day of this spring regional special. Now, as you can see, due to the low rarity of my deck, I am not using the marketing account just yet, and that is because even though I've played a ton of games, the rating is still pretty low, I think, or I'm just not facing against really competitive players. Maybe many people are not playing expanded at the moment, but with regionals coming up I would really think otherwise. And as you've seen in the videos using the Tablemon account, we do face off against pretty standard decks. So yeah, I need to keep grinding, and it's tiresome to some extent because some games get longer and everything, but I'm still going to do it. I definitely want to use the full blinged out account in order to provide you guys with a nicer view of the games, and with all the full arts and secret rares and everything, and because the Pokemon people were very kind enough to share with me the account. So having said that, let's review. Today is Blastoise day, which honestly has me really excited because I love this deck. I really wish I had played this deck at Worlds. I wish I could play this deck competitively once again, but because there are no expanded tournaments in Mexico, I cannot. But at least I can enjoy it on the online game. Now, the main focus of the deck is getting Blastoise into play. Deluge is the best ability, or one of the best abilities in the game. Allows you to bypass the 1 energy per turn attachment restriction. And to get Blastoise into play, we have a ton of tool cards in our disposal. So to support Blastoise, we have Keldeo EX, our main attacker. Rushing is an amazing ability, allows you to combat Hypnotoxic Laser really well, which is definitely very prevalent, very common in expanded. And Secret Sword does unlimited amounts of damage, so you can basically one-hit KO everything. Then to support Keldeo, we have two Articunos. These are mainly an anti-Night March measure so that you can trade more effectively, because trading an Articuno for a Joltik or for a Pumpkaboo, even though they're now running Fighting Fury Belt, you can still get those KOs, especially on Joltik, with maybe a couple of head flips or just a single one if you have the Muscle Band attached. And it allows you to trade 2 for 1 or maybe even 3 for 1 if they decide to target Blastoise or something like that. It's just a really good trade-off thanks to the Delta Plus ability, and so you don't have to risk your Pokemon EX. Then we have a single Regice. This can sometimes lock your opponent out of the game with Resistance Blizzard. Lysander is obviously always a threat, but it can really either slow down the game to a pace you're more comfortable with, or allow you to get back into the game by preventing your opponent from getting some attacks off. And in order to get our Blastoise out really quickly, hopefully on turn 1 every game, we have 3 Unknown. These cards are very nice in that they give you card advantage. You can play them down to make sure your hand is low enough to use Archies. And they're pretty much free cards, you could say. 2 Jirachi X, you don't want this guy to be priced. You can sometimes, like, the Archies can come down to a last Ultra Ball for get rid of everything in your hand, find Jirachi, then find Archies and get Blastoise into play. So definitely a very important card. And so are the Executes, so that the counts of cards in your hand and your discards with Ultra Balls and Superior Energy Retrievals and Computer Search definitely fits with getting down to that single Archies in your hand. And 2 Shaymin EX, because these are really good, and there might be games where we don't get the turn 1 Blastoise, so these allow you to set up further or to get other things into play in preparation for a turn 2 Blastoise. Now, in terms of supporters, we have Archie, stays in the hole, the main supporter in the deck, puts a water Pokemon from your discard pile onto your bench, and then you draw 5 cards. This is the main way to get the only way rather to get Blastoise into play. Very susceptible to item lock, very susceptible to ability lock, as you might have seen in yesterday's video when we started WoFed against a Blastoise deck, but you still have ways to get around that. Then we have 2 Juniper, overall a pretty nice card to draw. This could be Sycamore as well, doesn't really matter. 1 N for those late game scenarios where you need to make sure your opponent can't Lysander up the Blastoise to KO it or something like that. 1 Lysander, so that we can potentially Lysander up whatever is a threat to Keldeo. 1 Fisherman, this is a really nice addition to the deck. goes with superior energy retrievals, but you can reuse it with Verse Seeker, so it provides you with almost infinite energy, if you will. And that covers the supporters. Then we have 4 Verse Seeker to reuse all of this that I just mentioned, 4 Ultra Ball to get our hands down to a low size, and it finds the Blastoise, it finds the Keldeos, it finds everything. 4 Trainer's Mail, this can get the compressors, this can get the Archies, this can get the Versus Seeker. Overall, very useful card, and one that you can opt not to get anything off of the top cards of your deck and reduce your hand in order to be able to use Archies. For superior energy retrieval, once you are set up, you definitely want to make sure Keldeo can 1-hit KO every single Pokemon, and if 6 or 7 energy Keldeo goes down, you want to make sure you are able to power up another one back up. So that's why superior energy retrieval is at a count of 4. 1 computer search, this allows you to make your deck even more consistent, finds you any card, and also allows you to discard cards so that you can get Archies. And Battle Compressor gets the Archies into a discard pile for a potential Verse Seeker, gets the Blastoise in the discard, very important, gets the Executes in the discard, very important, gets energy even in the discard, which can be important for those weird turn 1 plays, or simply to make the most use of the superior energy retrieval and the Fisherman. So that covers the deck. Let us find our first game in what should be a pretty fun day of Blastoise grinding. Now, I clearly forgot to close the program way too early before I finished the last game, so that's why it's still counting the the points from the deck that I beat earlier. And well, not earlier, with the previous deck. There's expanded Blastoise, and let's find our first match. Now, disclaimer, it's been like before last week, it has been almost over 6 months since I last played expanded, so bear with me if I make mistakes when getting the turn 1 Blastoise. I will do my best to really think things through before I play all my cards in order to guarantee that turn 1 Blastoise, but please bear with me. I will most likely misplay a bit during the first turn and with the Blastoise when I could have gotten the Blastoise. If you think you saw a way for me to get the turn 1 Blastoise, definitely let me know in the comment section down below, but please be patient. It's been a while. I'm not saying I'm the best expanded player by any means, but I do want to get back into it. I think it's a very interesting format, and it's a very nice change of pace for me because I think standard was getting a bit stale. There is a new set now, so I'm really looking forward to using all of the new cards and new EXs, especially now that I don't have to really suffer that much in order to get all the cards that I need for decks. And yeah, looks like we're up against a Garchomp deck, so this should be interesting. We got a very interesting hand, which if we somehow top deck a Battle Compressor or another Ultra Ball maybe, then we could get the turn 1 Blastoise. But at the point we're currently at, okay, that's perfect. That computer search guarantees the Blastoise, the turn 1 Blastoise, I think, because with the first Ultra Ball, okay, we might, okay, I even get the Archies. Okay, so let me think this through. If I attach the Float Stone, then I discard with an Ultra Ball and Energy and the Execute, and I find the Blastoise, right? Well, I'm not gonna attach the Float Stone just yet, but my discards are the Energy and the Execute. That's the first discard. Like, if I manage to get a Keldeo and 3 energy, I will be able to win right now. So, there's the Blastoise. Now, I have a choice to discard the other water energy and the Blastoise, which I think is the better choice. Find myself a Keldeo, play the Rough Seas, and then I can play Archies. And then, yeah, I think that's my best play here. There's no need to attach the energy to Articuno, so I'm gonna attach the Float Stone there. I'm going to computer search the water and the Blastoise, so I should be able to find a Keldeo here, bench it, play the Rough Seas, and get the Archies for the Blastoise. Yep. So now it comes down to, can we get an energy or 3 energy total? So basically a superior energy retrieval and a single energy. There it is. So there's the victory. Yep, my opponent realizes he's pretty much dead. He got a bad hand in the beginning of the game, and yeah, turn 1 Blastoise, turn 1 win. What can you say? That's the power of the deck. That's the deck that won Worlds. Obviously not the exact list. Unknown didn't exist back then. Fisherman was not legal back then. But once I saw the Blastoise deck being played, like really seeing it being played, I was like, wow, how did I not run this at Worlds? I definitely should have used that at Worlds. Now, I do believe that deck has a really bad time against the deck I was using, which is Primal Groudon, but there can't have been too many Primal Groudons in Worlds Day 2. I mean, I know Roscoffin used it, and I used it because we are friends and we used the same list. Or rather, I think it was 1 card off, and he got 12th and I got 114th. So that's how matchups can really change how you do on a single day. But okay, see, our hand this time around is not as nice, if you will. We are up against a dark deck, which doesn't really affect us if he plays Archeops. Gallade could be a problem because it is a 1 energy, rather a non-EX attacker, which can potentially threaten us. And we do go first, we top deck. Oh wow, it's actually a junk hunt deck. So I think we should have a good matchup against this deck if it's the recycling kind of deck, but I did also see TCG, so discarding these 2 energy retrieval is not ideal, but I'm not too worried. Now if I can find an Ultra Ball next turn, then maybe I can guarantee the Blastoise. Let's see here, or the computer search. Energy retrieval, not really. Well, actually energy retrieval would work as well. No, never mind, because I would have no way to get the Archies. So we're not in the best of positions. I'm gonna use Verbal Letter, see what I get. Jirachi, okay, so now actually we only need an Ultra Ball or a computer search for next turn. And that's the key here, for next turn. Or even the superior energy retrieval helps us now. It really does. So with that in mind, I'm gonna discard the Blastoise just in case. I'm gonna discard the Archies, and I'm going to discard not an energy because the execute, obviously the executes. Okay, so do I play the well, and we have to top deck something good actually, so I'm gonna pass for now, and let's see what I get. Let's see what I top deck, then see what I get off of the Trainer's Mail, and see if we can get the Blastoise out on turn 2. Now there's a Hypnotoxic Laser, that's definitely going to be annoying. Flips tails though, and he's going to use Confuse Ray. Doesn't get the heads flip, so once again we are in a position where our opponents draw so bad that if I see a superior, if I see an Ultra Ball, or I don't, damn it. So I see a Battle Compressor, so no Archies for me this turn either. Oh, that's unfortunate. Gonna attach to Keldeo. I will bench the Jirachi and find myself a Juniper. Actually both Junipers are prized, so never mind. I might have to end my opponent. And that's going to really suck. But I feel like if I'm able to, I'm not gonna play the compressor just because that can help me get the Blastoise next turn. So I definitely don't like helping my opponent with the N. Now, Okay, I'm going to Ultra Ball away. Should have used an Execute. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the Blastoise and the Water Energy, I think. The other Jirachi is also priced, which is not ideal. Now, wow. Okay, no. It will come down to, can I get an energy to KO Sableye and win? Can I get something to discard? Can I get a Versus Seeker? So yeah, I'm going to retreat into Jirachi, or rather Articuno I mean, and I'm gonna pass the turn for now. Let's see what my opponent has in store for us. Now, that end probably helped him, which means, oh boy, that Tool Scrapper freak. Okay, it doesn't matter too much because I do have Rush in, so never mind. But once again, not ideal. He plays a Burbank City Gym. That's a stadium I haven't seen in a long time. A very long time. Well, 1 year, I guess. He does get a computer search, so we will definitely be seeing something more from my opponent than just the Sableye. If we had gotten Blastoise, we could have won on turn 1. There's a Hoopa EX. So now we are in this for the long term, which I'm glad, because dark decks are definitely very interesting and expanded. There's a lot of ways you can run them, and it is actually Yveltal, Darkrai, Keldeo, Hoopa, Sableye. So pretty interesting. He can get back Computer Search, he can get back Hypnotoxic Laser, though I don't think Hypnotoxic Laser will be too effective. He can get back the Dark Patch, that's probably his best play, and he even has Shaman in his hand, so pretty much the perfect hand for my opponent. Now the key here is the fact that he doesn't have any more bench space for another attacker besides Yveltal. So that means if I'm able to Lysander up the Yveltal and KO it before it KOs me, I should be in an okay-ish position. Now he does Ultra Ball for a Jirachi. 2 Dark Patches, wow. No, he has a Jirachi, okay. So I guess he didn't mind discarding Jirachi. So yeah, my opponent is now definitely really back into the game. And he even gets a Fighting Fury belt for his Yveltal EX, so we are in a lot of trouble. I guess this deck should run Fighting Fury belt instead of... Wow, he might actually KO Articuno right now. There's nothing stopping him from KOing Articuno. Why is he playing down his hand? He just decides to Junk Hunt. Okay. What was I saying? Before? Dark Patch and Computer Search. Okay, makes sense. 30 damage from Poison. Not great. I do top deck a Water Energy. That guarantees I KO Sableye. And it will make it really hard for Yveltal to KO me. He's dealing 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 9, 11, 13, 15. Actually, with my own energy, he gets the KO. With my own energy, he gets the KO. So, I'm gonna attach the energy to Keldeo anyways. I'm going to see what I get off of this Trainer's Mail. I do get an Ultra Ball, which, since we have no more Jirachi, doesn't really help us, but we can get Shaman, and I will get Shaman. Really unfortunate that... Well, it's okay. It's okay. I can use... Never mind. I'm gonna use Farewell Letters, see what I top deck. And it is a Battle Compressor. So, none of those help me get the Blastoise out, which is really, really bad. do I really have? 2 Shamans? 2 Shamans priced. I have 2 Shamans priced. Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna go get myself a Regice, because if I power up Regice, looks like he doesn't have too many great attackers against that. Oh boy, but this is not gonna be fun. 1 Jirachi and 2 Shaman EX are priced. What are the odds of that? We have a 50% chance to get one of those out of the prices. I'm gonna choose the bottom. Jirachi, okay. If I don't top deck a supporter, Keldeo EX is going down, so I should be able to find myself. But I'm not gonna be able to KO Yveltal. So I guess powering up Regice is the best bet here. Yeah, I will need a monster turn next turn in order to win, or rather KO Yveltal EX. So I think I will be better off powering up Regice. My aim right now is to power up Regice. Now, out of Jirachi or Shaman, Jirachi was definitely the better choice. Hopefully I draw something that I can play down, and so I can Archies. And okay, I promote Regice. What do I top deck? A Water Energy. Okay, that's good. I'm going to bench Jirachi. Now the problem is, my opponent has really easy targets in 2 Jirachis on the bench in order to not only bypass Regice, but get himself 2 prizes. So gonna have a really hard time right now. We are going to have a really hard time. Okay, so there's no way. There is no way. 6 energy, that's 170 damage, but I would need 2 more energy. So there is absolutely no way I can KO Yveltal, and he can KO me. So I'm going to use Execute, Propagation, and I'm gonna have to do it KO the Yveltal here. So I'm gonna use that. I'm going to get back 4 energy, and I will only attach 2 of them to Regice, so that he cannot Lysander up Keldeo and KO it. But it comes down to, does he have Lysanders? And given the fact that he has not played a single Berserker or a single Lysander, I really doubt my opponent will not be able to find one. So just gonna Resistance Blizzard here, 70 damage, prevent damage from opposing Yveltal or from opposing Pokemon EX, but onto Regice only. So does he? He does. He definitely does. He goes after Jirachi. So now I need an N. Otherwise I lose. He's going to Y Cyclone a Darkness Energy back to Darkrai, which makes sense. I should be able to KO Yveltal right now, but I definitely, the only thing that can save me right now is an N. My only N in the deck. Okay, and I do top deck Berserker, but the N is not in the discard pile. Oh, it is actually. Okay, so that's nice. That's definitely very nice. Let's see what I get off of this Trainer's Mail. I do get a computer search. What do I need the computer search for? Nothing really. So, well, I still need 1 energy actually. I still need 1 more energy to KO Yveltal EX. So I am going to grab the computer search, and I think I'm pretty much forced to. That Berserker top deck was really fortunate, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm going to computer search for superior energy retrieval. There we go. The last one apparently in the deck. Then I'm going to use propagation once more. And I'm going to... I guess I will attach all of the energy to Keldeo, might as well. And as per usual, it will come down to... Okay, 4 energy, that's 130. Wow, I'm still 1 energy short, actually. Whoa. Whoa. I'm still 1 energy short. Because 50 plus 80, 130 plus 70 he has. That is... Oh, crap. So I'm gonna have to get lucky with an energy. I should have retreated, actually. I should have retreated before using the superior energy retrieval. I might get an energy here. I don't. I get a fisherman. So I'm actually going to miss out on the KO. I'm actually going to miss out on the KO because of my stupidity. None of those help me. So actually, what I need to do is back-to-back ends, most likely, and or potentially Lysander up a threat and just go for the resistance blizzard here once again. If he got the Verseeker, he got the Verseeker. His deck is still pretty big. He only has 3 cards in his hand. If he got the Verseeker, he got the Verseeker, and there's no way around it. Now, what? He got it. What are you gonna do against that? He still had half his deck left. All 4 Verseeker, yes, but half his deck. And he only drew 2 cards. It's out of my control. It's out of my control. Even if I had not misplayed the retreat and attached the energy to Keldeo and took a KO on Yveltal, Darkrai dealt 90 damage, which would have been more than enough to KO my Jirachi. So came down to our Blastoise coming out so late. So late. Anyways. Ah, boy. Frustrating, definitely frustrating, but out of my control. Truly out of my control. Now, let's see here. There's the Blastoise. Very nice. We can actually get the turn 1 Blastoise, but we're not going first. My opponent actually mulligans. He has access to X-Maniac, and it looks like it's a Mega Man Electric deck, which we should have a favorable matchup against. I really think we should have a favorable matchup against that. It's not Mega Man Electric Garbodor. That would be a really big problem. And now, the question here is, do I draw or do I not draw? Because the mulligans can make my hand better or worse in terms of getting the Blastoise out. But it's really hard to pass up a mulligan, so I'm gonna take them both. Yeah, the energy is going to hurt me. The energy here is going to hurt me. Although if my opponent plays a stadium card, then I would have had a really bad time, I guess. I'm trying to get the turn 1 Blastoise. What I need is another discard card, but I have no way to find one. So, this is not good, guys. I shouldn't have taken my mulligans. I shouldn't have, because the first card I drew was the Battle Compressor. So if I had not taken the mulligans, I would have drawn the Battle Compressor, and my Archies would have been even easier. But because I did take both, bad idea there. That might end up costing me the game towards the late game. And man, it's really hot here. It's really hot. Okay. Sorry if you start hearing like a little background noise. I did turn on my fan. I might have to turn another one on if it gets really hot once again. And it's actually electric, not Mega Manectric. So we are actually up against the deck we featured on day 2 of last week. So I'm really happy to see this matchup. Definitely really happy to see this matchup. Theory, I think we trade evenly. I mean, a Raikou, 1-hit KOing a Keldeo looks very difficult. He would need 6 energy on a single Raikou, which seems a bit hard to accomplish. But if we whiff the turn 1 Blastoise, then it's going to be hard. Definitely going to be hard. Ah, boy. Now we could use the ability, Raikou's ability, to our advantage. We could potentially leave it like close to getting KO'd and then bring up Articuno and KO it and take 2 prize cards instead of 1. So that could definitely be useful. I actually top deck Trainer's Mail. So Trainer's Mail could help me here. I'm gonna get rid of a Blastoise, I'm gonna get rid of an Execute, and I'm gonna get rid of an Archie's. Yep, both are there, that's perfect. To have the Berserker, so can this Trainer's Mail find me a Computer Search or an Ultra Ball? No, it cannot. No, it cannot. So, with this in mind, well, the problem is the other Blastoise. That's the problem here. Is I cannot attach to energy and I cannot discard 2 Blastoise. So I guess I have to be patient. If I wait 1 turn and my opponent is playing a setup deck, so as long as I can wait 1 turn and top deck something that I can play down, I should be able to play myself my Archies here. I will play this. Now the issue becomes, do I leave Shaman active? And I don't think that's a good play. He can potentially KO Shaman EX right away, and that's something I don't want to happen. So I'm gonna pass the turn for now, and yeah, let's see what happens now. We could definitely take a hit from Raikou. There's an energy, all he needs is an electric in order to get that hit. And there's a Sycamore, so he will most likely get the Raikou. Now it comes down to whatever we draw. There's the electric, so he's going to be dealing 130 damage to my Keldeo, which I will be able to heal off 30, but the Fighting Fury Belt just made it a lot harder for us to KO the Raikou. Between that and the ability, it's not going to be easy, and my opponent actually has 2 electrics in the discard pile, and I definitely missed that when that happened. Not entirely sure. Not entirely sure when or why that happened. We could also try and target the Dynamos. 120 damage actually. So, got an energy. Damn, that's one of the cards that wasn't going to help us. So I'm gonna have to sacrifice Shaman here. And once again, hope I don't top deck something I cannot play down immediately. I need to top deck a basic Pokemon. Or not a supporter, something like an Ultra Ball, or a Computer Search, or a Muscle Band. No. If I top deck a Muscle Band, I would actually have to Propagation, get back Execute, attach the Muscle Band, attach my energy, and then Archies. And that would be horrible. Wow. My opponent is just going all in, really. He only has 9 cards left. He will take 2 prizes right now though, which is not ideal. Now 120 damage. We will be down to 60, so he can still KO me. He can still KO me. He got back an electric. Does he have lightning energy? Yeah, he has way too many lightning energy. So yeah, that second Raikou, basically we are going to trade KOs, and because he has enough electrics right now, yeah, there's no no way. I don't see how we can win this match. He's actually going to take the KO with this Raikou, which makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Although I kind of don't agree with, because if I manage to get Blastoise out on my next turn, it will be easier for me to KO this Raikou than this Raikou because of the Fighting Fury belt. And okay, I top deck an Ultra Ball. So with the Ultra Ball, I was about to misplay. I'm going to use Propagation. I'm going to get rid of the Water Energy. And the Execute, find myself another Keldeo. And finally get Blastoise out. Finally get Blastoise out. Man, those mulligans, I really regret. Well, I don't regret getting them. That was not in my control, but I really regret accepting the cards. My gut was telling me not to get the mulligan. My gut was telling me not to draw the mulligan cards. Okay, so we don't get too good a hand. We are going to be able to Shaman for a brand new hand here. Pretty much, there it is. But once again, easy targets, easy Lysander targets, which are never ever ideal. And there's another question here. Okay, I guess I can afford not to attach this energy. Basically, I need to KO Raikou, but I want to KO it with the brand new Keldeo. That's my main goal. Because he will have a really hard time KOing this brand new Keldeo. But I don't get a superior energy retrieval now. I don't get a superior energy retrieval. So, can the unknowns be nice to me? Please be nice. Please be nice. Yes! Okay, perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Now, I'm going to discard 2 water energy to maximize my superior energy retrieval. I will use double propagation. And okay, now every single Raikou is in KO range. This is definitely what I needed to get back into the game. Or to have a chance here, really. So, how many energy does Keldeo need? I need 5 energy, that's 150, minus the ability, that's 130. Okay, so 5 energy onto the benched Keldeo. Let's see here. And I should have just discarded 1. Actually, but anyways. Okay, so I'm going to deluge, however you say it, to this benched Keldeo, and thankfully you don't have to click deluge 10 times in a row. You just have to click the energy and then the Pokemon. And remember, 5 energy onto Keldeo. So the issue will be this next Raikou, but we will cross that bridge when we get there, okay? So I'm going to retreat, promote this Keldeo, and I'm going to... Wait, I haven't healed? Yeah, I have healed. So I'm gonna Secret Sword for the KO. Once again, Lysanders. Lysanders are the biggest problem for us right now. The biggest, absolute biggest problems. If we could somehow end my opponent, his deck is so small that I don't think it would matter. He only has 1 Verseeker in the discard pile. He has no Lysander in the discard pile still, and he's powering up the Raikou. So Raikou has 5 energy, 6 energy, just the perfect amount to KO me. He gets rid of a Lysander, and yeah, there's no way. I mean, he's looking for another Raikou, right? What's that? That's Keldeo. So maybe, I mean, he had the exact amount of energy. Okay, so now basically I need my N, and I don't think I will be able to get my N. It comes down to that. In his hand, he will definitely have something to KO Shaman, or even the current Keldeo, but most likely Shaman. So is there any way I can save Shaman without losing this match? Nope. Going to Farewell Letter. Maybe I can top deck the Battle Compressor. I do. Wow. Okay. I'll take that. So I'm going to Battle Compressor. Is the N in my deck? It is. Okay, so N and Ultra Ball, no, because I might need to find Articuno to finish off this game. I will get rid of the Rough Seas, that's definitely a useless card, and I will get rid of a Jirachi. So just one propagation. I'm going to get rid of the Archies and the Execute. There's no use in me having Archies in my deck still. I knew there were enough water energy in my deck, in my discard rather, because of the fact that 5 energy Keldeo just got KO'd. So how many energy do I need to KO Raikou? He has 160 HP plus the ability, so I need to deal 190 damage. That means 7 energy, which I have just exactly 7 energy. Okay. 7 energy to only draw 1 prize. That's pretty bad. And yeah, it comes down to he will need a Versus Seeker and a Raikou off of his 2 cards. And maybe his prizes contained a ton of Raikous. He has 7 cards in his hand, 3 in his deck. So that means, yeah, his odds are pretty good. Honestly, his odds are pretty good. But this is the best thing we can do to try and get back into this. This is the best thing we can do to try and get back into this. If he whiffs the Raikou, then we will be in a really good position. If he whiffs the Lysander, then he should definitely not attack with Raikou. But okay, he top decks. Either he's low rolling us or he doesn't have it. Either he's low rolling or he doesn't have it. Let's see here. Let's see. Versus Seeker. Colress. Okay. So wow, is he going to deck himself? No. Damn it. I should have benched the Regice and the Jirachi. Damn it. There's the Raikou. Okay, so now I need a Versus Seeker. I need one of my Versus Seekers to either Lysander up the Raikou and KO it if he doesn't promote it, or because he cannot KO me, right? Or to use an N once again, and he actually promotes Raikou. He will deal 110 damage. I am at 140. Once I heal, I will be at 110 damage, and I top deck the Versus Seeker. Wow, I'm getting really lucky with these top decks. Is there anything I need? I guess I'll bench the Regice. I don't want to bench Jirachi though, because that's an easier target than Shaman, although it's not weak. I will attach Muscle Band there, though I think I should have saved it for nope. Should have saved it for Articuno potentially. There's the end. Why is my discard pile showing? Why is my discard pile showing right now? Yeah, I'm done looking at my discard. Thank you. And there's the end. So limit his hand once again. This is his 3rd Raikou. So he will need to find his 4th Raikou out of the cards he currently has in order to win right now. That's the only way he wins. Well, he has a few turns to get it because I'm drawing 1 prize at a time only. That's the thing that's really hurting us. That's the thing that's really hurting us. Okay. So, there's the Raikou. Well, he got it. I think benching Keldeo was a mistake. I don't know why he didn't bench Raikou earlier, but just gonna concede here. The inevitable will happen, and props to my opponent. I mean, he got set up too fast for us. We got the Blastoise out too late, and we got overwhelmed. We got overwhelmed mainly by the 2-for-1 price trade-off. That was the biggest issue here. That was definitely the biggest issue. I don't think I could have powered up a brand new Keldeo to take the KO on that Raikou, especially not with the active Keldeo having a Float Stone. And yeah, there was no way I was getting back those 7 energies. I have no AC, so I couldn't just discard it or get it back and discard all the energies. So yeah, that happened. What can you do? Let's find our most likely last game of the day. And yeah, I don't think we've done too well with this deck. Maybe this deck isn't too suitable for the current metagame. And yeah, we lost this Raikou Electric and we lost against the Dark deck. We beat the Garchomp deck because we benched him on turn 1. So, I mean, 3 games obviously are nothing. You know, 3 games are obviously nothing in terms of overall testing, and there's so many expanded decks. What I'm actually surprised is that I don't think our opponents have used a single N against us. And okay, Regirock. Unfortunately, Regirock is a Fates Collide card, which means you will not be facing this deck, or like what you're currently seeing, on day 1 or on week 1 or week 2 of regionals. And okay, no chance of a turn 1 Blastoise for us. No chance at all. Kibble is not weak to water. Regirock is not weak to water. Lucario is not weak to water. So gonna attach an energy here. I will bench the Jirachi, and I'm just straight up gonna go for a Juniper because there's nothing else I can go for. Double energy retrieval hand. If one of these had been Ultra Ball, we would have had the Blastoise, but alas, we do not. Now I feel like with the current hand with the hand we drew, we definitely have the Blastoise option here. And I'm really, really happy I got that Float Stone, because I can actually promote Articuno for free. I will bench the Unknown just in case, and I will pass the turn right now. And we should be able, well, maybe not. No, yeah, because we do have Execute. Yeah, we should be able to get the Blastoise next turn. My opponent just immediately rare candies. He plays Kyla, so no supporter, no Lysander for him. I mean, a Lysander energy onto Keldeo would have been pretty devastating, because Regirock does make it so that Garchomp deals 10 extra damage. And yeah, like I said, you will not see this on May 14th and May 21st, but you might see it on May 28th, on the regionals on May 28th, so definitely be aware of that. So how do I guarantee the Blastoise? Bye. I will use okay, I think I got it. I will use Propagation, and I will discard the Archies and the Execute. Yep. And I will find myself another Keldeo, I guess. Well, I could have found Execute. Definitely. Could have gone for Execute. Then I bench the Keldeo. I attach to Keldeo. I use Propagation once more. And I use now the Computer Search. Then with the Computer Search, I most likely go for the Muscle Band. Well, actually no, I'm gonna go for a Bile Compressor, And with the battle compressor, I'm going to get rid of water energy. 1, 2, and 3 water energy, because that means if I get a superior energy retrieval off of these Archies, I will be able to KO the Garchomp with the Keldeo. So there's the Archies, there's the Blastoise, turn to Blastoise, definitely very happy about that. And I do get the superior energy retrieval along with 2 more energy, so 130 HP. We only need 4 energy actually. I'm gonna save the Rough Seas for now. Simply going to Deluge onto the Keldeo and take my KO. 50 plus 4 times 20, that's 80, yeah. That should be it. Okay, so I rush in now. And 130, no focus hash, yeah. I take my KO here, and my opponent is left pretty much in the dark. Well, not in the dark. And yeah, there's a victory. So that will close out today's video, guys. That was 4 games total, 2 really quick wins against Garchomp, as you can see, 2 losses, 1 to Electric Raikou and 1 to a Dark deck. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to support the channel and the video with a like on the video. If you're not a subscriber yet, definitely subscribe. It really helps the channel to continue growing and continue to be showcased. Tell your friends about these expanded videos. There are 7 of them now. All the previous ones are linked down in the description below. And that will be all from me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you feel like I made a misplay or something, feel free to let me know in the comments down below, or anything else you might want to say. Thank you guys, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new deck. Bye bye.